This is a really, really beautiful crowd, by the way. We've been spending some time together. We've been out here since 11:30. I've gotten to meet some new folks, some folks that I met last year, years before that. Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts from SlutWalk Chicago for being here, for taking a stand, and for being on the right side of fucking history. Next, I'm going to bring up Alicia Swiz, who is not only a professor of women and gender studies, she's a performer, an activist. She's going to be sharing some of her words with us right now. Alicia.
Hi! You guys have to be louder than those shitheads. Come on. Where are my feminists at? There should be way more of you. Excellent, excellent. As said, my name is Alicia Swiz. You can find me at Pop Goes Alicia. I am a professor at Harold Washington College. I teach gender and media studies. Yeah, shout out to HWC. I hear ya. Chicago has an amazing city colleges program, and every semester I have at least 3 or 4 female students that come up to me and say, Miss Swiz, this class changed my life. I had no idea that the things that I was thinking, things that I was feeling in my home, things that was happening to me, I didn't know that they had words. I didn't know that they were happening in other spaces, and that I was allowed to notice them and give them language and talk about them. And I sure as shit didn't know I could do it by watching movies and talking about Beyonce videos. And you can! You can have it all. Beyonce and feminism and sex with whoever you want. I do stand-up and storytelling as well. I look for every way that I can to have dialogues about feminism, about rape culture, about women's issues and gender issues that include not just women, but men and trans women and any way you identify, because we are just trying to resist the boundaries of the patriarchy. Doesn't mean that all men are terrible, and doesn't mean, you know, you guys all know, this is preaching to the choir, but I do remember the very first time that I was called a slut, and I was 9 years old. It was by Stephanie Eisenberg, because Mark Egan had spread a rumor that we had French kissed on the dodgeball field. No, just kidding, it wasn't dodgeball. On the softball field. And everybody believed him, and nobody believed me, and that was basically the beginning of it. And every girl you know, unfortunately, has a story like that. Every young adult novel you read with a female lead character centers around a story of sexual assault or a sexual violation or of some identity crisis where they behaved in a way that felt right to their body and their exploration, and they were told that it was wrong or it was bad or that it made them a slut. And we all know here that it doesn't, but not everybody knows that. I've been teaching at the college level for 7 years now, and I constantly have students who haven't even heard the word feminism, who don't know the difference between gender and sex, who don't know how to start deconstructing these things. And these aren't things that people are really comfortable talking about. It's hard to explain to someone the difference between being a man and being masculine, the difference between being even a feminist and being feminine. Exactly, it's hard, it's confusing. I'm still figuring it out, you guys, but what I would really wanted to share with this audience that's here is that being here is super fucking important. I mean, I don't know if I'm not allowed to cuss, nobody told me, good, fuck. I'm all about fucks. Embrace the fuck. It is still really, 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 I can't stress enough, important to gather and to dialogue and to be present and to show up. And in any way that you're comfortable doing it, do it. And for those of you who are here today because you just happened to walk by, because a friend brought you, what have you, whatever brought you here, ask someone why they're here and really listen. Listen to them. And for those of you, I loved what you were saying about being exhausted. It's an exhausting fight. It is. You guys, I teach 8 a.m. classes. Y'all don't know about exhausting. You can't get drunk the night before. Those kids know. It's exhausting, and you can't I would urge you, I have self-care tattooed on my knuckles, so let's teach a class about it. Because you have to take care of yourself, but if you have the patience and you have the fire, you guys, I'm like in my mid-30s. I'm tired. So all my little 20-something and teenage babes out there, I know you guys have so much more energy than me. Have the conversation with that dude that says the sexist thing, you know? Go as long as you think they're listening, you know, and then walk away, you know? Hold the eye of the guy that's ogling you when you walk by. You know, he's not gonna do anything, that guy at the bus stop. No, don't worry about him. But whatever you can do in response to the things that you're feeling, nothing is more important than speaking up and speaking out and showing your face and being present. And even if that's just to a diary, a computer screen, to your mirror at home alone, like, say the words, own your shit, love yourself. That's my jam. So glad you guys are here.